I can't believe I have to make this video, but I'm gonna have to. Disney, you did not learn your lesson from video game history. And you know what? That's because of you didn't. I'm starting to think that before somebody gets into the entertainment field, they need to study the history of not just their selected entertainment field, whether it be VR, video games, movie, which are interactive art or inter art, movies or paintings, which is art, like visual art, but it's also art, normal art, or like literary art, like with books. Which I will say, any other art that other than inner art is equal. Inner art surpasses it because you have the gameplay section you have to design, and literary art it's a little different actually. It's not surpassing or decreasing. But then you also have the fact that, but you should just study anime even. You should study anime, video games, Hollywood, VR, although that'd probably be easier to study today because there's not much history to it. There was some history in the 90s that you could still study, though. What else? TV shows, books. You need to study it all before you get into it and learn the history of how these businesses work. Because I learned very young as a kid that two bad games, the Pac-Man 2600 version and the ET for the Atari 2600, the extraterrestrial. Yes, I have proof that this version existed, and there was like an entire documentary called Atari Game Over, and there was even like the ET game the Angry Video Gamer movie was based off of. It literally mocked the idea of it. Yeah. This is what happened. Apparently, Disney did not know what the hell they were doing. Not in the slightest. You think I'm going to sympathize with them? Apparently, Atari did by accident. Disney did it on purpose. Not because they wanted to make money. No, I think it was an driven reason why they did it. Completely ideology driven. And I'm going to be honest here. I don't think Disney is a good company anymore. I don't want my kids watching their corporation anymore. Because, let's face facts, they've completely fallen off. And you got even DreamWorks and Illumination and Sony Pictures making better movies than them. You're saying their movies are not as good as Disney, Pixar, and Lumineers right now? Have you seen The Last Jedi? Yeah, we're going there. Apparently, Disney decided it's a lot like a culinary business. You cannot put cardboard and leeches seasoning all over hamburger fries and over hamburger and call it a day. Sure, it may work for the first few days, but then your business will get defunded. You'll get people will inspect your food and find out it's not good enough. And your whole business, and not only that, you also got the fact that food businesses won't allow you to screw up like that. And yes, culinary is an art. The culinary arts is real, and yes, it does matter what we put in the body. Just like it matters what we watch, or what we play, or what we read, or what we, basically those are entertainment foods for the soul. Soul needs to need to be fed, just like the body needs to keep being fed, and yeah. Body, and because of that, I mean, sure, nothing fills the hole, but yet nothing fills the hole of your stomach either. So there's that. So, like an appetite, you need an appetite for entertainment, just like you need an appetite for food. And the culinary arts. That's why I would also say culinary arts is actually the most important art. Not because it's good, not because it's actually like has any provocativity or not. Because the culinary arts actually has like quality, because the culinary arts thing about it that makes it more important than any other art form is you need to give your kid a healthier food diet. And there's a whole, and you can't just feed them junk. Okay? This is the reason, and this is probably why a lot of people are hating on Arby's right now, because their meat burger looks disgusting. Not shitting. Arby's, we have the meat, their meat burger looks absolutely gross, honestly. Compared to Chick-fil-A, which is amazing, or like even Cane's, which, yes, Cane's is amazing. And you even got Wendy's, like, they've mastered this. The fast food restaurants, no, you can't do that shit with the customer. Disney's a lot like a fast food restaurant, and they did it, and they blame the customer while doing it. Food inspection agencies will automatically shut down that restaurant, and the restaurant owners will be faced by the corporation itself if they do that. Yeah, if it's just one restaurant, that would basically mean the restaurant owners would have to be faced with the corporation. If it's the whole entire like company, then the company would be shut down. And Disney, if it weren't for two other versions of Disney that exist, they'd be the whole company, not just one chain. I'd say for me, it's one chain that fed me the incorrect stuff, and the whole company is gonna have to respond to that and say, "We're shutting this version of you down because it's indigestible." But basically, this is what Disney did. Okay, they basically fed the wrong versions of their movies to us. It becomes so cringeworthy to the audience that people started running away from that to anime or other entertainment or other studios like Dream. Some people ran off, and some people who got fired or laid off because of their skin color, or laid off because of like the fact that they're like no longer needed. Like I'm pretty sure the two people who saved Toy Story 2 got laid off. They went to other studios. One of them even went to DreamWorks to meet the Wild Robot. And that was the most forward-thinking DreamWorks film we've ever seen since like the 90s. With the fact that with like the artificial intelligence movie they made that was live action. You got like what? What else do you have? On top of that, you have the fact that they ran off to you have the fact that they ran off to and on top of that, you also got the fact that Disney ran off to what am I saying? You also got the fact that they ran off to like Illumination to make the Mario movie sometimes, or Sony Pictures to make Spider-Verse. Paramount sometimes. Some of them even ran off for the Blue Sky brand. Somebody ran off to Glitch Studios and made the Amazing Digital Circus and Murder Drones and Game Oververse and Gaslight. You name it. And yes, Dina Terrace ran off to Glitch to make Knights of Guinevere. And yes, I have some of these videos saved. Might be willing to save them. Glitch is actually a pretty good studio, I'm not gonna lie. But because of this, yeah. Apparently they all ran off. And the bigger chain of Disney, because they screwed up with The Last Jedi: The Rise of Skywalker, is probably gonna have to step in, give me a real version of the meal with Cars 4 and say, you fucked up, Sequence 9 Disney. You fucked up. And they're gonna give you the real version of Star Wars. Okay? So it's the same thing with the fast food restaurant. If it's one chain in the fast food restaurant, guess what? That one chain in that one time area, one time zone in that one area, gets contacted by the other, well, the whole bigger company, because they failed food inspections. The company joins in and to the chain that fed them cardboard as a innard to the burger and the actual freaking leeches on it and shuts them down. Just like how they would shut down. And granted, I do actually believe there's other versions of Disney out there in the multiverse that would do this. Granted, right now, this is the only version we know. It's the whole company, they'd also be shut down. So I'm thinking but for this, it's a little bit of both. Right now, it's the whole company, so they have to be shut down for now until the other versions of them can step in, reimburse their customers, and actually fix the mistake they've made. It's the whole company being shut down with the chain. And once the others that are able to step in, the non-sequence design post-shift version, that's when they're going to reimburse us and actually show us what actually happened and fix their mistake. Because you know my story, right? I've been archived in this timeline. Apparently, it's not just Disney. It's not just the movie industry that's falling because of this. Yeah, Disney's taking a few other studios they have relations with down with them too, like Lionsgate. You also got Lionsgate's still gonna allow Kill Bill and Hunger Games and Terminator 2 since they didn't originally create that. So at least be more decent. And so is Fox 20th Century Studios gonna allow for David Cameron's Avatar. Yet again, I'm going to mention this. I think. Are you ready for this? Here's the thing that really ticks me off. Right? You ready? And I'll talk about the Nintendo situation later video. But basically, here's the thing. I use fast food analogy for them too, and how they serve me pancakes at a dining restaurant. Gosh. But yeah, basically, it's not just now the video game industry is crashing right now because of tariffs and taxation from Trump, causing it to go up price, as well as AI chip shortage. Thus, PlayStations are, well, $900. Xboxes are $800. Steam machines are $1,000 to $1,500, depending on what model you get. You name it, it's bad. Then you have Disney. Disney could intervene in this and decide to take away parts of that industry too, until they're able to, the other versions of them step in. You see, this is the problem, right? Honestly, people are gonna start saying that Mario or Smash Bros stole people's time, or how Sony stole people's time. For me, they didn't steal my time. It was Disney that stole my time. Okay? Nintendo's gonna have to supply to them their idiocy because of it eventually. I'll mention how. But basically, let's just give it this. Nintendo was a pancake rest company in this, a pancake company in this timeline, like an pop. Another timeline, and because the other versions of Nintendo don't serve pancakes, they serve their bars. They have to like shut down the pancake version, but because people actually made it pancakes, they decide, screw it, let's just spin this into our own version of the company, and it becomes a Smash Bros. Company, and they're gonna have to deal with the whole thing, and that's what they're gonna have to deal with. Okay? Serve me pancakes, not liquor in a bar. Serve me pancakes in a IHOP that is a Smash Bros. And Nintendo, not liquor in a bar of the Disney Nintendo. Basically, yeah. You don't do what Disney does. Trust me. I actually did get The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith 2, George Lucas versions of him, I still consider okay. I still consider those three real Star Wars because George had their own stamp of authenticity on them. Everything after, no. No, no, and no. Okay, no. But yeah, yeah, there you go. Bye.